This is PowerPoint Chapter 2, Video 3. And for this next section, we are going to have to do a couple of changes. And so we're going to do that before we even start on our PowerPoint. Okay, so hopefully you have your PowerPoint files saved on your desktop. So like right here, I have my PowerPoint folder. I'm going to go into Chapter 2. And I am going to open the files that have a little W by them or that are Word. So I'm going to click on all the Word files. So there are 3 of them. So if you can't see this, it is computer use policy. I used my command key to click on each one of them. Editorial services and other resources. Okay, and so we want to open those. All right, so you can command click and say open. And so Word is going to open. If you've never opened Word on your computer yet, it'll probably pop up and ask you if you want to do the sign in and all that. Make sure you click skip the sign in, and so that it'll just open it up into a Word document. Okay, so what we're going to do is it's just really quick for us, and I'm not even positive if all of these files are needed, but we're going to do it this way, and hopefully that'll work for us. Okay, so a couple of the things that we have to do, and we have to add them into our PowerPoint, and they have to be in a certain type of file. So this first one that says Other Resources, we are going to File and Save As. Okay, and the only thing that I want you to do is I want you to do, it says right here it's in your Chapter 2, and it's going to put it right back into Chapter 2. And I want you to add the number 2 after Other Resources 2. Okay, and then we're going to go down here where it says Word Document, and we want to change it as to an RTF. So we're going to click on RTF. So number 2 is going to tell us that that's the file that we changed it to. And so if it's what we're doing, if we do this correctly, then those will be the only files that you will see. Okay, so hit save. And then you can close this one. And we're going to do the same with this one. So we're going to go to File and Save As. We're going to add a number 2 after it. And we're going to change it to an RTF file. And we're going to say Save. Then we're going to close this one. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. Okay, Save As. We're going to put a number 2. Change it to an RTF. And then we're going to say Save. Okay, now I've already done that with this one, so I'm just going to hit Replace. And so those are all saved. Now we can go to Word and we can quit Word, because when we actually start doing our PowerPoint like we need to, Word can't be open, okay, for us to do what we want to do. So I'm going to close my folder. And so when we get to what we need to do with our PowerPoint, you will see those files, what we're going to do. Okay, so we are going to, okay, so now we're ready to open PowerPoint. So what the feature that we're going to do now is we are going to create an outline from a Word file. And so that Word file that we created and we saved it as a different type of file, that we're going to make that into an outline. So we have to do it a little different with Mac than we would with a PC. So open your PowerPoint. Okay, we are going to open a blank presentation. And so this time we want to go to View, and we want to go to Outline View. So we are going to create a document from one of those Word files that we created. And so on a Mac, the way we do this is we go up here to where it says New Slide, and down here where it says Outline, Okay, and then it's going to take you into your chapter 2. If it doesn't, click on desktop, find your folder. Okay, and the file that we want to use is computer use policy 2. So remember, we put the number 2 behind it, so use computer use. Okay, and we're going to say insert. So when you insert, and if you will notice, okay, now it left the title page blank, because then you can go in there and you can get rid of it if you want, or you can go in there and create your title page for your presentation, but you have all of these slides. So let's go to normal view, and then you can kind of click through your slides. And so this is an easy way that you can create a PowerPoint presentation from an outline. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to save this now. So we're going to go File, Save As. Okay, and we're going to make sure we're in Chapter 2. So if you need to hit your desktop PowerPoint Chapter 2, you can. We're going to go up here and we're going to say our username. And this one is Computer Use Policy Solution. Okay, so we have Computer Use Policy Solution. And then we're going to hit Save. And so that is our PowerPoint that we created from an outline. Okay, so we want to file and we want to close that particular file. And we're going to leave PowerPoint open to do our next step-by-step. Okay, so in our next step-by-step, we want to do File, and we want to Open. And we are going to open, and I'm going to move this over just a little bit so we can see what we're opening. We want to open Product Preview Solution. Okay, so this is the one that we want to open. This is one that we were working on, and so this is the one that this is the one we're going to work with for this one. Sorry. Okay, so what we want to do is we are going to add a file or a slide from a different presentation. Now on Macs, it's a little different. I couldn't get it to work. Actually, I can get it to work, but it's not working how we want it. So I'm going to show you what it does right now, and I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can do it. So you can click right here. We're going to, this is this year's new products, and we actually have one slide we want from a different presentation, and so we want just the one slide. But when we do it in the Mac, it's going to bring all of the slides in, so it's not going to work. So there's a couple ways we can do this. And so I'm going to show you first. So this right here, we are going to go up here where it says Slides, and we're going to go to New Slide, and we're going to say Reuse Slides. Okay. Let me try this again. Slides, New Slide, and Reuse Slide. And it's not going to open. Okay, it might be because I am in Slide Sorter View. I'm going to change views, go to Normal, sorry. And I'm going to click right here, and we'll try it one more time. If it doesn't work, I'm going to go to Home, New Slide, and Reuse Slides. Okay, there we go. Now what this does is it opens up some other files. We want to do new jackets. So this is a file that we want to add, and what we want to add is we only want this slide, but when we do it this way, it's going to insert this whole entire slideshow into there. So you can say click OK, and notice it gives you, and so I'm going to go switch back to Slide Sorter View, and notice it gives you the whole entire PowerPoint. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all the slides except for the jacket one I wanted. So there were 4. So our original presentation had this year's new products and this year's new products, and because we made a copy of that. And so if that's what yours look like, we want to put this year's jackets and then delete the other part of it. All right, so that is a way that you can do it. Okay, you could also go open and open that new jackets. You know that's the file you're going to use. And so what we could do is we could delete all of the files or all of the slides in this one and then save as, and just like we did before, put a number 2 at the end of that, jackets 2, because then you know it's that's the slide, and you can close that jackets one. Okay, I'm going to delete that slide right there, and I'm going to put we're going to go back to view normal. I'm going to put it right here because this is where I want to insert it. I'm going to go to home, slides, new slide, reuse slides, and I'm going to do jacket 2 because I know that's the slide I want to use, and I'm going to say okay, and so it will insert that new jackets file right there. You can also open the new jackets. You can copy that slide and paste it in here. So it's not quite as easy to do on a Mac unless you want to just delete all the files. And so that's how we're going to do it with this one. It will let you insert the whole entire new project, but it won't let you just do one slide. And I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if that is how a Mac does, and then you just have to deal with it. Okay, so we are going to do, what are we doing? We're going to save this one. Just hit save, and we're going to close this file for our next step-by-step.